Order, order.
A new speaker with, he says, an agenda for change. But Mr Bercow is a Tory MP put in place almost entirely with Labour support, something, in a rather extraordinary interview this morning, he seemed very reluctant to accept.
How many people from your own side do you think voted for you yesterday?
I don't know. I had very considerable numbers of Conservative members of Parliament who told me that they would support me. I believe they did. It was a secret ballot. I'm not intending to speculate about the precise numbers of people from particular parties who supported me.
Well, this is your nomination paper. Unless I'm wrong, you've only got one Tory on it. You're almost 200 MPs, but you could only find one to nominate you. Don't you think that that is a clear indication that you did not enjoy the support of your party?
No. I had 15 nominations. You could have a minimum of 12 and a maximum of 15. I had
only got one from your own
party. If you'll let me finish, I had the full 15. I had support from people in several different political parties.
I asked him again, and then again. I said many Tories were saying privately they couldn't stand him and were thinking of trying to get him out. Wasn't that bizarre?
I don't think it's bizarre. What I think is bizarre, but it is very commonplace in the media, is that you should be interested in trying to whip up an artificial row with, if I may say so, questions expressed in very exaggerated language. As I have already said, I had significant support from members of my party. So with great respect, your reflections and thoughts on precisely how many people voted for me from my party are really of absolutely no consequence whatsoever.
I am merely reflecting many conversations that have been had in the chamber down below, that there are many people on the Labour side who voted for you to spite the Tories. Do you deny that that was an element in the vote? And a lot of people will find that slightly strange.
People vote for all sorts of reasons, and it isn't, frankly, for a broadcaster to instruct members of Parliament as to the basis on which they should vote.
Well,
I enjoy
strong
support from people in all sorts of different political parties.
We were out of time, but there was one more point he wanted to make.
Well, I certainly haven't had 8 minutes.
Well, you have. No, in fact, you've had rather more.
Well, okay.
About 4 times.
Let me finish.
Briefly. Briefly, if you want to ask about the second homes allowance, you're very welcome to do so. The answer is very simple. Do you want to go?
What?
Well, yes or no. I mean, yeah.
Sorry?
Do you want to ask the question?
Yes.
Please, go ahead.
What is your intention as regards the second home allowance?
I have no intention of claiming a second home allowance.
So there you have it. Not quite, perhaps, the interview he intended. Tom Bradby, ITV News, Westminster.